Hey, folks, welcome to InTheMoneyStocks.com's live trading action video. My name is Gareth Soloway, Chief Market Strategist here. Today's date is Monday, August 13th, 2018. Well, folks, quickly we're going to touch on the S&P 500 real quick and discuss what's important for tomorrow in terms of today's closing basis. I also want to go over a trade setup coming into earnings for Home Depot where it tells me we should see some downside, some significant downside. I'm going to show you why. Whether it happens right on earnings or right after earnings, I don't know. Maybe they gap it up on earnings and then drop it, but either way, it's going down. It may just gap down on earnings. We'll find out tomorrow when they report earnings. But bottom line is, folks, profits continue to swell here. Friday, I closed out a 13+% winner in 24 hours on TVIX. I saw the signal that volatility was going to return. We jumped on the TVIX, made a boatload of money in 24 hours. Today, we closed out a short on oil for 11% with the SCO. We were long the SCO, which is short oil, the USO, and closed out 11% in very short amounts of time as well. So the profits continue to swell here, folks. But let's talk about the S&P 500. Number one, take a look at Friday's action. We had the gap down on Friday, the sell-off, and then right at the end of the day, they bounced us back. Today, we continued up. Look at the high today. The high today equaling Friday's high. That's where it stalled out, and we came right back in. The important thing is we got below the pivot low from Friday. So here's the lows from Friday. We got below it. They tried to rescue us back above. Look at where we're currently trading, right back to that line. That is what you need to pay attention. That's the only thing that matters to me. The only thing. If they close us above this trend line, which is at approximate, let me give you approximate value here, 282.40. So 282.40, that is the level. If they close us above it, the markets can float up this week into options expiration Friday, maybe going back even as high as gap fill right up here. If they close us below, I think it is good night for this market short term. We should see continued selling throughout the course of the week with minimal bounces. So again, watch that. Watch that very, very closely here, folks. I cannot stress it enough. And notice how the market's right there. I mean, it is literally finding its way back to that trend line and holding it, or trying to right now. This is going to be a big deal. We still got about 2 hours and 20 minutes left in the trading day. And this is what it's all coming down to. I'm telling you right now. All right, let's go to the chart of the Home Depot daily. As you can see right here, the Home Depot daily chart. Earnings are going to be reported tomorrow. So again, be ready for the earnings announcement tomorrow. And if we look at the earnings, what are they saying? Let me bring up the earnings on one of my other screens for Home Depot. They're expecting $2.88. That's what analysts expect on $30 billion in revenue. They report tomorrow morning before the open. And basically what I see here in the chart is not a pretty picture. I want to explain why. You have a head and shoulders pattern here. And the head and shoulders is not a good pattern, folks. That is not a good sign. As I said, you never know on earnings. Maybe they gap it up initially, but I'm telling you, if they gap it up, short it. Because this is going to break down. This is going to break the neckline. Take a look at the neckline of the head and shoulders right here. You can see it very clearly. Shoulder, head, shoulder. All it takes is for this line to be violated to the downside, which is around 194. And this thing, you can calculate the actual measured move here, and you're talking about, probably down, I would say, somewhere in this vicinity, somewhere down here. This is your target area. So this breaks this line. It's going right to this kind of 184 level or so. From basically, it's a $10 drop on Home Depot. And again, we'll see what happens tomorrow on the stock. Earnings are probably going to be decent, but the question is, what's the guidance? And what's interesting to me is last week we saw the Redfin CEO say that there was a significant slowdown in home buying and housing. And the question is, does that carry over? Do we see anything from Home Depot? Now, it might be a little too early for Home Depot to say that because obviously the last 2 weeks aren't last quarter for Home Depot. That's the prior quarter or this quarter, the current quarter we're in now. That's where we'll see it maybe in the next quarterly. But the question is, do they see any signs of it? Do they warn? What are they saying about it? And again, all it takes is a violation of this trend line right here, and you're going downtown quickly. $10 drop. Probably easy to play on shorts or options. Again, the question is just the initial reaction, which is always unsure of, because sometimes we see gap ups on stocks and then they just give it all up within the same day, within a day or two, or we just go straight down. We'll have to find out and watch closely. Quickly before I go, check out this, folks. This is just to show you the track record. This is a live track record, fully updated as of today. Go here under free market action. That's the Research Center track record, and you can see it right here, folks. Let me look at this. TVIX we closed out on Friday in 24 hours. SCO was the short on oil, 11% there. APRN, you can see there's a couple losses in there too, but overall predominantly stellar price action. I mean, it is amazing, folks. And again, you can just go here and go here. And what's amazing about this is, check this out, the net gain. So if you add up the losers, add up all the winners, subtract all the losers, you get a 526% net gain just this year alone. And again, as I always say, that's if you put all your money in each position. Obviously, you're not going to do that. That would be a little crazy to do, in my opinion. You want to diversify out with multiple positions. So let's just say you had 10 positions at one time or so. You're talking about a 52.6% gain. If you did 5% in each position, which would be 20 positions in your account at one time, you're talking about over a 25% gain for the year. I mean, think about that. Just 5% of your account in each position, and you're up to over 25% on the year. I mean, if you're dealing with a decent retirement portfolio of $500,000, I mean, you're making some serious cash. You could probably just live off the gains. I mean, it's pretty amazing. I mean, think about if you had $1,000,000 to retire. You're up just at 5% in each position. You're up $250,000 for the year. 250,000, and that's what we do here, folks. I mean, that's what it's all about. So I recommend, simply going to inthemoneystocks.com. You can go right here. Here's the research center. Click on it. Here's your free trial or your subscribe button. This is what you get in the Research Center live broadcast. The trade alerts right here live. Daily market video, daily analysis video, 2 videos every single day, live analysis, up-to-date analysis, price pattern time, proprietary signals. If you're more into options, there's the options right here. You can see the track record on the options is pretty outrageous. I mean, it's just nuts. Look at the gain on the options, 2,100% for the year. I mean, that's incredible. If you're more of a day trader, go to the intraday stock chat. The stock chat is crushing it this year. It's pretty spectacular. So I encourage you to come and join. There's a 7-day free trial for that. So we have a 7-day free trial for the chat, for the research center, just not for the options. The way we look at it is options, you just get in and go. You just get in there. You're obviously looking for big percentage gains on options, 50, 100% movers. You don't need a free trial. I mean, it's options. You can look at the research center. Basically, the research center is the stock version of the options. I mean, if we're doing well in that, why wouldn't translate right over? Especially when you have such a big pool of stocks that we're trading for so many years. And remember, we've been around now. We've been keeping track of this, and the company itself, and the Money Stocks, myself and my partner, have been doing this since 2007. So we did it through the financial crisis. We've done it through every market, up, down, sideways markets, and ultimately we're always making money. So we encourage you to come here to inthemoneystocks.com and just get involved, folks. It is awesome. It is awesome. It's money-making awesomeness. Have a great one, guys. Take care.